Episode 20, Pharaoh's Dreams. 2 years after Joseph had interpreted the dreams of the cupbearer and baker, Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, had 2 troubling dreams. In the first dream, Pharaoh saw 7 healthy cows come out of the river, followed by 7 thin, sickly cows. The thin cows ate the healthy cows, but they remained thin and sickly. In the second dream, Pharaoh saw 7 heads of healthy grain, followed by 7 heads of thin, scorched grain. The thin heads of grain swallowed up the healthy ones. Pharaoh was very disturbed by these dreams, and he called all the wise men and magicians in Egypt, but no one could explain what the dreams meant. Then the cupbearer remembered Joseph and told Pharaoh about the young Hebrew man who had interpreted his dream in prison. Pharaoh immediately sent for Joseph. Joseph was brought out of prison, and Pharaoh said to him, "I have heard that you can interpret dreams." Joseph replied, "I cannot do it, but God will give Pharaoh the answer he desires." Pharaoh told Joseph his dreams, and God gave Joseph the interpretation. Joseph explained, "The 2 dreams are one and the same. The 7 healthy cows and 7 healthy heads of grain represent 7 years of abundance. The 7 thin cows and 7 thin heads of grain represent 7 years of famine." God is showing Pharaoh what he is about to do. There will be 7 years of great abundance in Egypt, followed by 7 years of severe famine. You should appoint a wise and discerning man to be in charge of storing up food during the years of abundance, so that Egypt will be prepared for the years of famine. Pharaoh was impressed with Joseph's wisdom and knew that God was with him. He said to Joseph, "Since God has made all this known to you, there is no one as wise as you. You shall be in charge of my palace, and all my people are to submit to your orders. Only with respect to the throne will I be greater than you." Pharaoh put Joseph in charge of the entire land of Egypt and gave him the authority to carry out the plan to save Egypt from the coming famine. Joseph, who had once been sold as a slave and thrown into prison, was now the second most powerful man in all of Egypt. God had been with Joseph every step of the way, and now he was using Joseph to save many people. Moral of the story: God can use even the most difficult situations for his purpose. When we trust in God, he can take us from the lowest places to places of great blessing. God's plans are always for our good, and he can use us to help others when we are faithful to him.